So about 2 days ago, a new update arrived to Bloody Battle, introducing the reworked Zombify with new mutations, the Sandman replacement which is Casey, and a new shotgun ult called Jeremy's Cannon, with of course the usual patch notes that you could read for yourself. There's some pretty interesting changes with Zombify, so let's talk about those first. Injecting yourself with Zombify will now play an animation of you slowly turning into a zombie until your HP depletes fully. Upon death, you will slowly revive afterwards into a zombie. What's interesting about this slow death process is that it takes around the same time no matter how much HP you have, even with this absurd amount of HP. Unless you for some reason have 10 max HP or less, then this happens.
Die!
Pretty neat, huh? Anyways, turning into a zombie will now reduce your max HP by 15 and grant you 2 revives. Holding no weapons will grant you 2 walk speed, but if you hold anything, it will reduce your walk speed by 2. You will also gain a grab move that by pressing E with no weapons, you will try to grab any player in front of you. A successful grab will cause the opponent to get bitten about 3 times, with each bite doing 15 damage and reducing their max HP by 10 for about a short period of time. Each bite will also restore 10 HP to yourself. Biting people also gathers flesh towards the new mutation system. Although not visually shown, each bite will grant you about 15 flesh. 100 flesh is required for the first mutation, and each mutation afterwards will increase the amount by 40, up to 5 mutations. Now, what the hell are mutations? Mutations are these cool boosts that you can choose to give yourself upon gathering enough flesh. There are many mutations and different combinations you can go about, with some mutations being locked to specific tiers. Here are all the different mutations and what tiers they're respectively in. We'll talk about them in order, starting from tier 1 to tier 5. Pact will increase your max HP by 20. It's very basic but very helpful. Regeneration will reduce your max HP by 20, but will allow you to constantly regen HP even if you are recently damaged. This can also be stacked with normal regen, allowing even faster HP regen. Thick Skin will increase your max armor by 15 and defense by 3. Savory will allow you to bite a target 2 more times, but will decrease your bite damage by 6 and flesh amount by 5. The max HP loss for bitten targets is also reduced by 5. Harden will permanently grant you 10 defense at the cost of losing 0.7 walk speed. Nimble will increase your speed when unarmed by 0.5 walk speed, but will reduce your defense by 3. There's also a bit of an issue where it won't work until you equip and unequip a weapon, so that's pretty weird. Unsatisfied will decrease your grab cooldown by 2 seconds, but it will lower your HP gain per bite by 3. Brittle will increase your max armor by 25 and gain 8 defense, but if your armor is depleted fully, you will get -4 defense instead until you regain your armor back. Nutrient Efficiency will grant you the ability to temporarily increase your max HP by biting people. Each bite will grant you 10 max HP for about 20 seconds. This will, however, decrease your bite healing by 2. Deeper Wound will increase the max HP reduction per bite by 4 and make the debuff last 10 seconds longer for opponents. The trade-off for this is that your grab cooldown is now 3 seconds longer. Picky Eater will grant different effects for biting holy, demonic, and zombie players. Biting demonic people will restore 30% more HP per bite. Zombie players will heal you 20% less per bite, and holy players will give back 10 armor per bite. Unhinge will greatly increase your grab wind-up time, but if a grab connects, the opponent will instantly die and will be given a permanent brain damage debuff. This debuff prevents the ability to use keybinds and will randomly apply a 1-second dizzy effect at random, but it is not that common. Honestly, I think this is the best upgrade of the final one. Contagious grants the ability to convert people into zombies, but a weaker version of them if you are able to down them by biting them. Weaker zombies will have a paler looking green tone to them. And finally, Unlimited Potential will make you lose stats upon selecting, but if you bite players, you will receive some random stat increases. It is even possible to receive more stats than what you had previously. Some stats will fade away after a certain amount of time, and however many stat ups you have will determine the drain speed. With all these upgrades and changes, Zombify is now a very fun item to use, as you can build up your way to become the strongest zombie in the server. Sandman has been replaced with Casey, the funny bat from Enter the Gungeon. Charging up the bat will deal more damage depending on how charged it was, max charge doing about 55 damage and knockback. It can also reflect projectiles when it is fully charged, but I've only gotten to reflect the fireball, but it's still funny to play tennis with someone. You should probably try it too. You'll probably just end up losing anyways, because it gets too fast for you to even hit it. I didn't even lose, so I don't even know what you're talking about. The last thing that was added is Jeremy's Cannon, which I assume is from Lisa the Pointless. It's a 15% chance to obtain this weapon, as you will need to spawn with shotgun, and there's that 15% chance for it to turn into it. When the gun is not loaded, you will have to load shells into the shotgun, and you will become slow while you're doing so. Unequipping it will cancel that action and will unload it, which will make you have to load it again when equipping it, which is most likely to prevent you from using it while downing people. Using it while it is loaded and close enough to a player will make you aim at them. You'll gain 30 defense, soup armor, and become slow for a bit, but afterwards you will shoot a devastating blow that will kill and rupture your opponent.
What did that do?
The rupture debuff will deal 6% of max HP as damage every 8 seconds to the opponent, and they will look all bloody, so you'll know definitely that they're ruptured. And that's basically it for all the new items. I think Nico's having a lot of fun with all these references. Dude, honestly, go add more. They're sick. But yeah, pretty cool stuff, honestly. Even though as much as I don't play the game anymore, I still find it pretty cool. I'll be around, you know, here and then maybe, but as far as these videos, I'll still make them. Just, you know, I won't be on time as much anymore because I'm just busy with other things. But I hope you guys enjoy this update, and I hope you guys have a lot of fun with it. So I'll talk to you guys soon.